Welcome back to the final installment of the Blaster Master Deathwarps tutorial. This is part 14 and it's going to deal with spike picks, the area 8 dungeon, and the final two bosses. Alright, so let's start off with the first spike pick. If you do the farming, or if you just get lucky, you might have some hover, in which case all you need to do a little jump, hover, and you'll make it across. Obviously, we do not have that hover. So there's three different ways you can do this. One, just jump straight into it. Just jump straight into it and then jump out. You do not want to try to climb any of the wall. If you hold that, and then you just die. So then there's the other two methods. One, you do a little jump. Do jumps, trying to get onto that edge and then jump across. Even this is a little bit hard. Once you get to a certain point, it will no longer try to force you over the edge with wall 2. And then you just go over like that. And then you can do the other strategy where you just don't slow down and then jump across. Obviously this one's the hardest. I'm gonna try one more time and then we'll probably fail. But we'll see. There, we got it. That's the hardest way of getting across. Then we, well, I'll just show you real quick. So then you go through the next area. And you fall through that. If you do not have hover, I suggest to have at least 7 life going into that area. Or else you might die doing those two skips. So those two spikes. Alright, so then comes the possibly hardest room in the entire game. There's a couple strats you can do with this. If you are worried about how much health you have, you can go and kill all of these and try to collect as much health as possible before going through it. Otherwise, go there, there. You have to angle yourself into that wall. Safe states or power pack is exceedingly useful at this point. You gotta try to angle yourself through all that. Wall 2 makes it exceedingly difficult. You go for a jump, and you just fall in instead. There are other strats where you basically do like a jump from here all the way into, well, not from there, but you jump all the way across one spike pick into the opening right there. Stuff like that. As you get better at the room, you'll be able to try different things. Let's say though you got all the way through the room and then you kill yourself on the final spikes, and you don't know if you can go through again. Well, I didn't actually. That's not the best way of showing it. Can I kill him? Nah, I can't. I'll just show you on this spike room, because that wasn't a good method of showing you. Alright, so you get into the spikes. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so your tank is technically dying right now. It's dead. But you can jump out while it's dying. And then all you need to do is go into another room, come back in, and then die, and you'll spawn in through the other exit. So if you get all the way through the room, die, right before that door, you can go through that door, come back, and then you spawn on that side of the room. You don't have to worry about spikes anymore. But so let's say you clear all the spikes, feeling good, and you get to the final boss. This dungeon, exceedingly straightforward. Go straight up. That's all you do. Straight up. But the bosses themselves are where it gets tricky. So you're in the room, you go straight up. Just shoot, 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 shoot. Those stupid spinning things only drop homing missiles for some unknown reason. And then, whoop, you're at the first boss. So the first boss, we do the modified bomb strat just like the crab. And what I like to do is I stand on the specific point. See these little small ones? Like my back foot is right in front of the small circle on the ground. That back foot right there, that small circle right there, I go to the second one of those two small circles, and then I kind of go directly on top of it. And then that puts you in a good position to continuously hit the boss. If for some reason you're too far up or down, you'll have to adjust your positioning, but if you did it right, you'll be able to basically hit the boss the entire time. Super simple. The boss is dead. There are 3 strategies you can do to defeat this last boss. 1 involves the method where you stand in its side of its hitbox and imbue invincibility frames to stay alive. It's technically one of the fastest, and if you can mash, the safest. So this is what'll happen. Then you just mash and you keep him up there. See, he's not hurting me. We just mash until he dies. But there's another method you could do. Well, another 2 methods. You could just fight the boss normally. You have to avoid the... You have to be close to that width, but you don't want to be directly on top of it. If you go too far to the right, he will do a cross shot, and that's bad. Or you could do this method. Stand on the bottom right and just spam away. It's basically the safest method, but the boss can sometimes walk into you, and if you position awkwardly, sometimes it will move away and be able to cross-shot you. But otherwise, this is probably the safest way for someone who either doesn't trust their mashing skills or a new player. And you keep going, and he dies. And that's Blaster Master. If you guys have any suggestions or want to see something else about this game, just go ahead and send me a message. But otherwise, that's the tutorial. Hope you guys enjoyed it and hope this is helpful.